Do you ever feel like manifestation is just another thing on your to-do list that you don't have time for? Like your spiritual practice is something that you have to do? Honestly, you're not alone because I felt that way too. Something that's really changed my relationship with manifestation is blending it into my lifestyle so that no matter what I'm doing, I'm also manifesting. I call this manifestation as a lifestyle, and it's single handedly made the entire manifestation journey more enjoyable for me. And I've seen my desires show up with a lot more ease. Manifesting as a lifestyle has made manifestation go from feeling like a task to something I just naturally do because it's who I am. If you'd like to learn more about this, I've created a step by step guide for you. I'll link it in my show notes so you can check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Affirmation Addict podcast. On today's episode, I was super inspired to create something that talked about the choice. And it's something that I feel like comes up a lot, and this comes up on Instagram and it comes up on just conversations we have with other people. And it's that choice that you have to choose between this or that. And that choice, I think, comes from a very limiting belief that there's not enough and that you can't have it all. And so what I really want to talk about is the possibility of having it all and why we are all allowed to have it all, because I am such a firm believer that that's possible. So if this is something you struggle with, or you've been raised or taught to have the belief that you have to choose between being successful or being happy, this episode is for you. You're listening to the Affirmation Addict podcast with Payal Agarwal. This podcast will teach you about the power of affirmations while making manifestation easy and accessible for you in order to enhance your spiritual consciousness. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so excited to dive into today's episode. Actually, wait, before we get started, I wanted to check with you. Have you heard about my new app? It's called Affirm It, and it's your one-stop shop for all things affirmations, manifestation, and self-healing. I really have been wanting to create something for you that truly empowers you to realize that you genuinely have everything you need within you. You don't need me. You don't need any other coaches. This app genuinely has everything you need to get that life that you've been trying to manifest. And it has gentle daily reminders, guided audio affirmations, sleep affirmations, affirmation reminders, and so much more good information, good energy, and so many things that I know will help you manifest your dreams. Because I'm so grateful for you, I'm actually offering you a free 7-day trial. And this is a genuine 7-day trial. That means you don't have to type in your credit card. You won't be automatically charged. There's no ads, and you get complete access to the app as if you've already subscribed to it. So if you do want to learn more about the app, head over to affirmation-addict.com/app, or if you're ready to dive in, head over to the iTunes App Store and search for Affirm It. The Android version will be coming soon, and as soon as it's ready, I'll be sure to let you know. Now we can officially dive into today's episode. Okay, so we are actually in the episode, and this is something that I have been really pondering upon. You guys know I've been reevaluating and just refreshing from the new year, and something that I notice that comes up a lot is I see a lot of posts and I hear a lot of conversations about like this or that, and I don't know how else to explain it except by giving you guys examples. So I am just going to dive right in, and this episode is all about talking about that you are allowed to have it all. You don't have to choose between this or that. You don't have to give up something to receive something else, because all of that is actually stemming from a lack mindset. It's stemming from the mindset that there's not enough to go around and there's a limited source on everything. And you guys all know that that's not true. There is an unlimited amount of resources. There's an unlimited amount of love to go around, unlimited amount of success. Everything is more than enough, and there is more than enough out there for all of us. And so it really kind of makes me sad when I see people or hear people talking about, well, I can either choose to be in a relationship or I can choose to work on my business. And I completely disagree with that. And especially because I think I'm embodying that. You can be in a relationship, but also build that empire. It doesn't mean that you are not supportive of your husband or your boyfriend or your partner. And it doesn't mean that you don't support women either. I think there's so many extremes that are going on in our society right now. It's either like either you are single, you are a powerful woman and you are independent, or you are in a relationship and have zero friends and you are just so obsessed with your boyfriend. I feel like nobody allows there to be a super strong, powerful person working on their business, but also in a really powerful relationship. I feel like people don't even realize that that's possible. And I truly believe that's what I'm embodying. And I think so many people are embodying it, but it's not really encouraged or talked about or hyped up. I think there's a lot of extremes going on here. And what I think that's promoting the mindset that you can't have it all. It's promoting that you have to either choose between being independent or being in a relationship. And you have to choose between being super happy and having your own business or being in a 9-to-5 where life sucks. I truly, truly believe that you can have both. Someone can be in a 9-to-5 and also be super happy, but someone can also be having their own business and be really upset. Both are completely possible. And although those are two bad examples, like they're not what you would want, it's the same thing for people can be in a 9-to-5 and be really happy. And you can also be on the side making your own business. Like you can have everything you desire. You don't have to choose between it. Like some people, for them, it might be better for them to work harder and earn more. And for other people, it might be better for them to work less and earn more. I think we are all very kind of influenced by the people we're around, by people we see, and we forget to honor our own truth. We forget to figure out what actually makes sense for us. And I've noticed myself in this trap before too. I've noticed myself focusing so much on what other people's truths are, what's working for other people, without even realizing that I'm doing that. Because the only way I noticed that I was doing that was when I asked myself why an image or like someone else's Instagram post pops up in my head. And I was like, that seemed nice and they can do it. So meaning I can do it. That was my why. My why wasn't always, because I want this. It was because that was someone else's reality. So that's how my reality has to look. A lot of us are living based off of a culmination of other people's realities. And we forget that our reality is completely up to our own definition. So if you want your reality to be super strong, independent, have a lot of good friends, a super passionate romantic relationship, and a business empire, all three of those, you can have that. And to be honest, I believe I have that. And that makes me so happy. I don't feel like I have to choose between either having really good in-laws or having a really good husband. I feel like I have an amazing husband and amazing in-laws. So I think that choice that it's like one or the other, or if something has to suck, I think that's a really harmful way of thinking. I think that's a really unfair way of treating our minds, because it's to the point where you're just like accepting this fact that something has to be bad. It's kind of like not believing that everything can be perfect. It's not believing in the fact that life can be just beautiful. It's making sure that you are prepared for the worst and not getting too in your head and not sounding too optimistic and things are too good to be true. I don't think that's fair. And I think that's also very false. You so 100% can have it all. And it's not your job to choose. It's your job to choose what you want. It's not your job to choose between two desires that you want. And I think that's where we get it wrong. We are so used to choosing and making all these decisions and figuring out what it is that we do want, but we forget that you can want more than one thing, even if they don't align in other people's stories. And I want to give a couple more examples, because I think a lot of people feel like we have kind of like this pie in the sky of allotment. It's like the universe or your life or source gives you a pie and you can only have this much of the pie. You can't have the whole pie. And I think that's so unfair. It makes me so sad that that's people's mindset, because you can change that. And if you do experience this like feeling that you have to choose and you can't have it all and, that's not not me. I can't be rich and nice and happy. Then I have a little affirmation for you. The affirmation is, I am worthy of it all. All of my desires are mine. It's essentially getting to the point where not feeling guilty about your desires, because after I dug a little deeper and talked to some friends, talked to my clients, I learned that a big part of this lack mindset comes from just not feeling enough. And that's the bottom line. We don't feel like we're worthy to have it all. We don't feel like we're good enough, or we don't feel like we've earned the right to have it all, because there's those sayings that, well, some people have a lot of money, but in their hearts, they're not happy. You could have a big home, but you're not happy inside. But also, I completely agree that that's true, but there's also the other side that some people have a nice home and they're happy inside. And some people have nice cars and are happy inside. There's not always the need to choose. Although I believe it's really good to be aware of the truth that material things are not happiness and things like that, I also think it's okay to appreciate your desires. I think it's okay to understand that you can also be happy and create a lot of money and also serve people. Because I think a lot of people associate certain things to different extremes. And I think that that is why people are suffering. I do think that's a huge cause of our suffering, because we feel like we have to choose. You can either choose to have a job, have a constant flow of income, even though you hate your job, or you can choose to start your own business, which is really hard and really tough. And 90% of businesses fail, so might as well just not even try. That's not fair. I think that prevents a lot of us from starting our dreams, because when I talk to my friends, all of them are working just because they have to. And I challenged them. I was like, why do you think you have to work? And none of them had an answer. So I want to ask you, why do you think you have to be stuck in this place of choosing between one extreme or the other? Why do you believe that you can't have both of your desires? And ponder that. And you might have a great response. You might have no response. And whatever that is, I want you to open up your heart and allow yourself to feel worthy enough to have all of your desires, not having to choose between one desire or the other. Not everything comes with consequences. It's all simply about having the confidence and having the like unlimited faith in yourself, where you were like, I know I'm capable of creating a beautiful relationship, an awesome bond with my girlfriends and guy friends, as well as a powerful business, as well as a really good relationship with my family, and having fun in-laws, and also having free time and reading and growing. Like, you can have it all. What and who says that you're not allowed to have it all? And I think that that's what really frustrates me. And I want you to go into this new year. I invite you to go into this new year believing that you can have it all, believing that you don't have to choose anymore, believing that you're not limited. You are literally an unlimited, constantly expanding, completely infinite being and soul whose purpose it is to just experience and grow and serve yourself and others as you go along the way. So I really, really think it's a beautiful thing to allow yourself to have it all and not feel guilty, because I think we're taught to feel guilty if you want a material desire, and we feel guilty if we want more money because it's not spiritual. All of that is not true. There's a much deeper level to this. And that deeper level is that if a desire is placed in your heart, that desire is meant for you. So don't doubt your desires. Don't try and push away your desires because you have to and you're being so noble. That's not true. You can have it all, and you are worthy of having it all. And because you are here on planet Earth, that means you are destined to have it all. And now it's just up to you if you're willing to accept that and be open to that and be willing to receive that, because you're completely capable of it. And now the choice is yours to stop choosing. So I hope this little episode, this little reminder was inspiring for you, because it's just something I noticed and I really wanted to share from the bottom of my heart, because I want you to stop having to choose. You are able to choose everything you want. You don't have to choose between different things. So have a beautiful day, and just remember that affirmation that you can have it all, and you're allowed to have it all, and you're ready to have it all. So enjoy that, repeat that, and
and just take it with you through the day and see how you feel. Notice that shift in your vibration. If this episode meant something to you, clicked a button in your mind or your heart, please let me know. It means the world to you if these little episodes help you and inspire you throughout the day. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and thank you for spending some time with me. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.
So, how did you like today's episode? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed recording it. And before you leave, I wanted to just say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me. If this episode or any of my content has ever inspired you, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could leave a review in the iTunes podcast app and just share this with someone you care about. The more you guys leave reviews and share this with people, the more I am able to create more content for you, and that's what fuels me and keeps me going. I am so genuinely grateful for the time we shared today, and until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy. Bye!